Commin Quokka Car Awards. Of course, for 2024. This channel has not existed for longer than a year, so this is the first ever one. Let's start off by looking at some little bebops here, right? So let's look at the major events that happened in 2024, and of course, a lot of these are negative. The first one is Carlos Trevero's retiring and saving Stellantis from certain doom. The fall of Nissan, as obviously they're near bankruptcy. The fall of Volkswagen, as they probably are in bankruptcy. And the fall of Chrysler at the hands of Carlos Trevero's, which is, of course, retired. Now, let's look at the major stats of this channel. Now, this is the first year that the channel has ever been around, and let's look at some stats. So, we've got 155,525 views. 155,000 people. Not different people. A lot of you, thank you to my subscribers. Thank you so much for this channel. Just giving me so many views and so many, comments over the months. It's been so amazing. And I can't wait to continue it for forever. I'm very excited. I love this channel. I love doing it. Sure, I may get a few things wrong, but I'm getting better about that, and I'm getting better about presenting. This channel has helped me so much. So yeah, 155,000 views and counting, 4,193 watch hours, 1,072 subscribers. That's a little bit late statistic. I've been working on this for a few weeks now. 479 videos and 16 car news episodes. It's so exciting, right? Now let's get into the car awards. Now this is going to be the best and used in every major car category. So we're not going to have like small sedan or big sedan, just overall categories. So what is the best new sedan? Drum roll, please. I would usually say drum roll for the beginning ones, but there's a lot of these, so we're not going to do that for everyone. And that is the Toyota Corolla Hybrid. It is just such a lovely vehicle. The styling is great. The reliability is great. It's overall an amazing car. It's got a lot of features that I like. The price is $23,000 to $18,000. It gets 56 city, 46 highway miles per gallon, and the horsepower is 138. I'm not always going to read that out as, we need to get this done within the hour. But, just some stats there. Love the car to death. If you need to buy a sedan, just buy it. It's the same size as like a 90s Camry, right? Amazing. Best size. Best used sedan. The Subaru Impreza. I would give the Subaru Impreza the title, except it's not a sedan anymore, right? They don't make a sedan version. But yeah, it's great, especially fully loaded. They're around $18,000, MPG 2036, horsepower 152, very well-rounded vehicle. I would love to get one of these just as a car that I can drive. I've recently got a promotion, and I'm now a decent manager at my company. My family owns it. Not my family, but, I moved down in Florida, grandparents, their kids. I'm not going to explain my entire family tree to you, but it's a family-owned company. I'm now manager, which means I get a lot of pay that I don't need to save and I don't need to do anything with. So I'm probably going to buy a Volvo XC70, Subaru Impreza, and Honda Element. Get a car collection, right? Now it's time for the best new SUV. What could it be other than the Subaru Forester? The Toyota RAV4 is just kind of icky. I like it. It's a great car. It's fine. But the styling's a little bit old, and I know that's something shallow, but the reliability, it's not there. You know what I mean? Like, it's a decent car, but compared to other Toyotas, just not that great. Subaru Forester, this is where it's at. 31 to 48K. Great MPG and decent horsepower. Amazing. Now for the best used SUV, what's it going to be? The 2017 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Seriously, these cars are great. Look at the miles per gallon for an SUV. And they're just so light and spry that you can use them for off-roading, getting groceries, whatever you want them to. They're just such modular vehicles. I love them to death. I love them to the moon and back. I love them. They're one of my favorite cars to research and to do videos on, right? Now it's time for the best new hatchback. It's the Subaru Crosstrek. Guys, the Crosstrek is so amazing. Especially $25,000. You can get a brand new Subaru Crosstrek. And a decent one. It's not like some companies where it's like the worst car you've ever seen. Like the top trim level is so nice and fancy, and then the bottom trim level, like you don't even get a radio, right? Like 90s level of ridiculousness. But no, very nice car. Even the base model. I drove a base model. I was like, wow, this is nice. Great miles per gallon and fantastic horsepower. It's an amazing car. I love it. It truly is, in my opinion, the best hatchback to ever grace this earth. But the best used hatchback. Now, I kind of had to compensate for the first one that I gave the new title. And I wanted to put this brand on the list because truly they deserve more awards than I gave them. They deserve many, many, many awards. But yeah, also there are different segments. I should have said that in the beginning, but still. Best used hatchback. The first one was kind of off-roady, so we needed to go for more sporty. And that's, of course, the 2020 Mazda 3. I just picked 2020 because that's my favorite year of it. 13 to 25K, great miles per gallon, amazing horsepower, very sporty, spry little thing, and very modern while still being reasonably priced. Fantastic vehicles. Now it's time for trucks. We all love trucks. We've all seen a truck. I'm sorry, no Fords or Chevrolets. I'm sorry, your pitchforks. I know that a used F-150 can be great. I know that Silverados are decent. And, I would have loved to put them on the list. But truly, I think that they're better than a lot of than the two trucks that I put on this thing at certain things. But if I had to buy one, then I would buy these, right? And truly, if that's why you're watching this, you're watching it for my opinion, right? But also facts. Most of this is factually based. This is a personal opinion. The Honda Ridgeline, it's just so great. It hauls so much. And let's be honest, everyone that is watching this video, unless you own a farm or work in as a tradesman or something, or something where you do real work, does your truck really do that much? Like think in your mind. If you own a truck, if you even own a truck, if you own a truck, is there anything that truck can do that a Honda Pilot with the seats folded down effectively couldn't do? Usually not really, just more of a pain in the ass to take groceries home, in my opinion. But yeah, Honda Ridgeline, amazing. They're bulletproof. I've seen these. They're great. So, no one talks about Honda anymore. Honda is such a great car company, especially nowadays. The reliability has just been going up and up and up, except for the new cars. Ignore the new cars. But other than that, 2010s to 2020s, very great time. Love this car, fantastic. Best used truck, the Toyota Tacoma, 23 to 20K, decent gas mileage, decent horsepower. It's small, it's spry, you can use it for off-roading. Amazing vehicle. I love the way it looks. It's very modern while still being old enough to be, functional. Instead of, having all the stupid new Toyota bits to it, while also having a decent, reasonable price. Now, the best new hybrid. You're going to get mad at this. You're going to get out of your seat and you're going to start screaming and punching your screen because it's not the Toyota Prius. I test drove the Toyota Prius. Again, I'm car shopping. I hated it. It's so sports car-y. It's nothing like the actual Prius. The actual Prius. That's it's not even a Prius. It doesn't even feel like a Prius. The original Prius, not the original Prius, but anything that's not the latest version. The original Prius, I own two, if you don't know. I have the second gen and then the third gen, a 2008 and a 2015. And both of them are great. They're like big, actually I have a little toy car of my red Prius that I got when I bought it. But they're like a greenhouse. Big windows, very tall ceiling. It's so slow and dark and sports cars just... But it's the Volvo XC40. Stop it. Stop throwing your eggs. I get that the entire point of hybrids was just to be, get great gas mileage. But nowadays they're used in many other cars, and it's not just for gas mileage anymore. And I think that the Volvo XC40, it's a fantastic vehicle. Gets decent miles per gallon, very reasonable price for such a luxurious vehicle, and very good horsepower. I think, it's technically a mild hybrid and not a full hybrid, but I still think it's good. If I were to buy a hybrid, I'd buy an XC40. More functionality than a lot of the hybrid like the Prius and if the Insight was still around and all that crap. A lot more useful than those vehicles. And I'm being nice to Volvo here. Best used hybrid, it's the Prius. Any generation of Prius, fourth, third, second, first, any of those are better than the new Prius, and any of those would kick any other hybrid's ass. They are the best cars. They're amazing. I drive one. I love mine. I would never sell mine. It's rusting a little bit, the second generation, not the third, but I'll probably keep it. Great cars. Love it. I drive it every day. I love this stupid car. When I've got my two dogs in the back and I'm eating a Frosty and something, it doesn't matter if I'm in a Cadillac or whatever car. It's great. Driving down the road, the winding Oregon roads, there's no car I'd rather be in than my car. I love it. I love my car. Okay? Shoot me. I love my car. Best new EV. Now, this is a bit controversial. It's the Volvo EX30. $36,000 for a new EV with 275 miles of range. Oh yeah, horsepower 422. 422. All the cars on this list, I think so far, have not breached 300. And this is 122 more than, what I would consider a decent amount. It's nice, and it's cheap. I mean, EVs nowadays, 50, 60 grand, it's all a big blur, right? You know, they blow easily past 100 when you start getting into, like, the Fisker and the Tesla crap, you know, the stuff that people actually want to buy. This is great value. Now, again, another thing, you're going to see some Volvos on this list. You're going to see a decent amount of Volvos on this list. And the issue of the quality has been coming up because they are technically, they're Swedish, but they are a Chinese car company as Chinese Geely has bought them out. Before you start throwing pitchforks and everything, I think us as a car world, especially in the new car industry era that we live in, need to stop looking at where a car is from and look at its quality. For years, ever since I've been born, and I was born in 2005, since the 90s, since the 80s, Japanese cars have been known for great gas mileage and reliability. That is not true anymore. A lot of Japanese car companies, they stink. Mitsubishi, Nissan, Honda most sometimes. You know, a lot of them, they're just bad. They're just bad cars, right? And yet people still, with that reputation, they just won't let it go, right? We have this idea that Chinese, you know, we have a lot of Chinese stuff here in America, and it's all garbage. So the Chinese cars must be garbage, too. I disagree with that. I think Volvo has very high quality. I've test-driven their vehicles, especially compared to other luxury brands. Mercedes with the plastic, disaster. Volvo, any day. Technically, they're a Chinese car company. Get over it. Walk it off, Lululemon. Anyway, best used EV, the 2018 Model 3. It's just so good. Like, test drive one of these. They're very decent. And also for $22,000, that's what I would say a reasonable used car price. 271 horsepower, that's not bad. And for 310, you know, more like 190 miles of range after all these years. Oof, dated. 8 years? Is it 8 years old? Can't be 8 years old. No, it's not. 6 years old. After 6 years, a big EV battery, that's probably what you're going to get out of it, but still a fantastic price. Now it is time for the last segment, which is wagons. The best new wagon? It ain't the Subaru Outback. I love the Outback. You love the Outback. Most people love the Outback. Especially if you're a lesbian. Had to throw that in there. Sorry, I had to. Come on, I had to. But I think Volvo, you know, first of all, Subaru betrayed the wagon. You know, I'm really feeling good with Subaru. I really do like Subaru. But them making the Outback not a wagon, like, you airheads, you dillweeds, you know, I can't stand it. Volvo, they still make the big wagons, and they're great. 30 miles per gallon, you know, on the highway for something this size, pretty decent. 59 to 65K, and it's a hybrid. A mild hybrid, but, you know, that's neat. The best used wagon, it's the 2019 Subaru Outback. These are so great. I see so many old couples driving these. Very cheap, $15,000. You know, you should see the interior. Dual zone climate control, touchscreen, everything. My neighbor's on one of these, and it's fantastic. It's green, it's the lower base trim level, whatever. They don't care. It does everything they needed to do, and that's why people should buy cars. Now it is time for the new car awards. Now this is specific awards given to new cars. Now we've done the best in every category. Now we're doing like best value and crap like that. Of course, 2024. Starting off with best value, it's the Subaru Crosstrek. $25,000 for a perfectly brand new, amazing car with all the features you want. Definitely yes. Best off-roader. Do I need to say anything? I mean, the Land Cruiser is like the most epic off-roader in my opinion. You know, if you don't care about looks, because if you care about looks, you get a Range Rover or some other crappy piece of shit. But if you actually care about off-roading, it's the Land Cruiser, guys. It's the only option. Fantastic car. I'm sure it'll be reliable. And Toyota, if it's not reliable, you'll have hell to pay. Best cheap car, Mitsubishi Mirage. I thought about making it the Nissan Kicks because it has more room and it's a better car. But no, Mitsubishi is openly making a cheap car for the average person, and everyone on the internet is just shitting on it. Guys, remember, like late 2020s, when you could buy like a cheap Nissan, like a Versa or something, or even like a cheaper, older 90s Mitsubishi Mirage, and you could put, you know, not expensive parts into it, but like the cheap parts, like the Chinese turbo, just put a bunch of crap in that engine, make it go real fast, and then have a lot of fun because they're so light. What cars are you going to do that to in 10 years' time? The Honda Fits are going to all be gone. They stopped making those. What's left? It's the Mirage. If you have a child support, child care, alimony, and rent due, what car can you afford? It's the Mirage. Is it a great car? No. But when you're paying $10,000 for a brand new car, just sit down and shut up, okay? about the Mitsubishi Mirage. We get it. It's a piece of crap. Oh, yeah, my Tesla would smoke that any day. No one gives a crap, Kyle, okay? It is a cheap, decent car for people that do not have a lot of money. So respect the Mitsubishi Mirage because, one day you might need one. Best luxury car. It's a Volvo XC90. It's great for families. It's great for single individual use. I drove one of these the other day. You would have thought, the guy who holds the sign in Mario Kart that floats on the cloud? That's what I felt like I was doing. I didn't even know it was touching the ground. That's how good the air suspension was. And then the best family car is the Subaru Ascent. No one talks about the Ascent. I have heard, one automotive journalist talk about the Ascent. It was like, oh yeah, the Ascent's nice. The Ascent is the best. It is the absolute best. It has some of the best cargo room, and this is the thing about the Ascent, and why not a lot of people hear about it or care about it, to be honest. It's kind of the jack of all trades, master of none. For the Toyota Grand Highlander, you can point out it and say, ooh, it has the most interior room. It doesn't. I think it might. I don't know. These are fake standards anyway. You can point at that. For the Honda Pilot, you can be like, ooh, it has a vacuum cleaner, whatever the crap. And then the Subaru Ascent has a decent amount of cup holders, a decent amount of space. And yet, the Toyota Grand Highlander may have a decent amount of room, but it's a piece of shit. The Honda Pilot may have a vacuum, but it's smaller. It could be smaller. So you have to look at the advantages and disadvantages, and the Subaru Ascent's just the most well-rounded. It's the best in every category. Welcome, again, now we're moving on to the brand awards. Now, I am not nearly of the status where brands actually want to get an award from me. In fact, they probably don't even know who I am. They probably don't even know that I exist. They probably don't even think that someone like me would exist. Well, they probably know that I would exist. But they don't really care, so this is mainly for you, the viewer, but this is the car awards. So get excited. Best value... It's Subaru. Guys, it's Subaru. Again, value. Subaru is just becoming great. Most reliable. Mazda, they have been working so hard recently to up the reliability, move up market, and they're doing a great job. Most improved, it's Toyota. Now, a lot of you in the crowd are going to be Scrooges, and you're going to say, listen, in 2023, they were really terrible. That's when the Tundra came out. Boy, was the Tundra a piece of crap. That's when all these stupid concept bullshit EVs came out. It's all that crap. So for 2024, not to see any stupid EV ad campaigns, some stupid pretentious ad campaign like that, or to see any massive cars with failures, aside from the GR Corolla, it's really nice. Best quality, Volvo. Lexus is nice. A lot of people are going to be mad that I didn't put the Lexus the Lexus LS for the best, or LX, for the best electric car, or for highest quality. Guys, let's be real with ourselves. Lexus is so expensive, and is it really worth it? We get it. They're nice cars. Are they that reliable anymore? No. And they share a lot of parts with Toyotas, which is fine, but they used to be the best. I think Volvo's the best. I know, Chinese, whatever. I think Volvo's quality is immaculate. I'm test driving more cars. That's another thing. I used to only test drive a car when I was buying one. Now I'm buying one, but also test driving cars for this channel. And I'm finding Volvos. I really love Volvo. I really do. Lexus, Toyota's having TPMS sensor issues. Lexuses are having the same problems. So a lot of these crappy Toyota things that we're having, it's going to carry over to Lexus, unfortunately. And the best brand for 2024. Drum roll. It's Subaru. Let's be real with ourselves. Close your eyes. What's a brand that can give you all-wheel drive as standard, have prices routinely, new car prices routinely under $30,000, get you Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, all the crap that you want, dual zone climate control, have very good reliability and amazing build quality, and it's Subaru. And with that, thank you for coming to my Commin Quokka Car Awards, and I will see you soon with my next video. I love this channel, and thank you for all the opportunities you give me over the past few months.